Aloha, friends and neighbors. Rollin here. I'm going to do the sky mirror for you first on show number 979. Let's take a look. You're on a full moon. Full moon was on Neptune here. Things are getting fishy, confusing, or you're having wonderful religious musical experiences. But there's a new moon coming up, and it'll change the vibes for you a little bit, get you out of all that revolutionary fervor. Let's see how it looks. I got a chart here for you. The sun is moving through Virgo. It's going from 11 to 21 degrees, and it's about to make a new moon here for you Saturday, a week from this Saturday is about 10 days from you. And that'll get you out of that Uranus fever you've had of freedom, independence, all that wonderful mental enlightenment. So let's take a look at it day by day and see how it all moves, huh? I'm going to run the moon around the edge, and I do. Oh, look at that. There's Venus. She's stopping. She's stationing in the sky. Yeah, Saturday night, 10:30 p.m. It's going to get sexy. Now, I got to tell you, I've had mixed feelings about this because Ben Franklin said, when Mars and Venus in conjunction lie, young maids, whate'er is asked of you, deny, 'cause sex hurts. Now, I thought this time Venus was so dominant that Mars would be more influenced by Venus rather than Venus be influenced by Mars. But now I had second thought, because I realized that Venus is in the sunrise. She's the morning star. The Mayans said that the morning star Venus was evil. They had two names for Venus. In the morning she was called Lucifer, and in the evening she was called Hesperus. So in the morning, when Venus was rising like it is for you now, they'd block up their windows and they wouldn't go out. They wouldn't let the light fall on them. They wouldn't look at her. She was so evil. What does she do? She brings down the king with sex. Yes. So you're probably going to see some Venus stuff. It's Bill Cosby, of course. But I think we'll have some fresh goodies coming up. But Venus, the Babylonians said this was the king's sister, and she would brush by the king with her skirts and finally, seduce him and ruin him. In the Mayan, there was a king who the sister gave him a bunch of pulque, which was an alcoholic drink, and he got really drunk, and she had sex with him and ruined him, and he had to leave. So this is the evil Lucifer morning star, and I'm not going to tout her as a fun, sexy thing. With Mars there, and in the morning star phase, look out. Yes. Well, what's it like day by day? We're going to run the moon around the edge, and as we do, it makes angles to these various planetary bodies, these actors on the stage. If you're there Friday morning on September 4th, I'm getting a lot of goodies here. I'm learning new things. Feel pretty good. It's a little wobbly. There's a square to that full moon, Pisces, so it's a little too much music and too much religion. But still, Mercury's in harmony, and Jupiter. There's jokes, there's fun, there's communication. But nothing's going to get done. And here's the square to Neptune, and you're going to lose it. You're going to spill it. Look out! Chemicals in the rivers, chemicals, pollution everywhere, liquids, and here's the sun, opposite it. Nobody likes this. I can't get anything done. Friday night's very frustrating. This is not a night to go out and expect goodies. No, not at all. Friday night is a night to stay home. Lock the door. Drink your beer in private. there are some goodies here. Early Saturday morning, here's 3 a.m. or so. Here's a sextile to Venus. If it is a goodie, I would avoid it, frankly. But by the time you get to the sextile to Mars, everybody's feeling very lusty. That's around breakfast time. So if you stay too late in bed Saturday, you're going to get caught. Saturday's really about brotherhood. Here's the sextile to Uranus. We had a wonderful lunation giving us access to this enlightenment planet. Yes, astrology works. Ben Franklin was an astrologer. Last 2,000 years they've been hiding it. They've been brainwashing us. They won't even use the word anymore. I love watching Ancient Aliens, and if you just substitute, planetary conscious, planetary, what do you call them, angels, spirits, for aliens, you get the whole thing. So they bring out really cool evidence. 20,000 years humanity's used astrology. Just in the last 2,000, the witch burners came out and got all religious, and enough of that. Anyway, truth comes out Saturday. Brotherhood's flying all over the place. Join the union. Go up to the mountains in Maui and Hawaii and support the Hawaiians and what they're doing here in their revolutionary movements. It's a good time, Saturday. Continues through Sunday morning till the moon hits Cancer, and then there's kind of a hurrah sort of feeling that we'll get everything done. And we believe in it all. Here's Sunday night. Here's the time for church. It's a trine to Neptune. Here's the time for music and church and higher heart. Yeah, pretty good. But there are problems. Early Monday morning, here's a square to Mercury. And, the kids aren't happy, can't communicate. Here, early Monday, we have the opposition to Pluto. Emergency. Eek, a bug. A little panicky, huh? But we're handling it. Here's a sextile to the sun, and we can still get the job done. Electronics are misbehaving here. Yes. Don't know why. It's always in the connections. I've had a terrible time with this show. Let's see. Moon's in Cancer. Squares Uranus. Everybody's jittery. Higher mind doesn't work very well. Continues through Tuesday. Tuesday night around dinner time, there's a trine to Saturn. We got organized. We got our time and our money organized, and we're being a good manager. Hooray! Late Tuesday night, the moon shifts into Leo, and you're now in the Venus zone. Yes. So, she's going to act up in Leo. That could be fun. Let's hope it's innocent. Let's hope it's all innocent fun. I put her in red here, see? The time when it's most strong is Wednesday night. Wednesday afternoon, there's a sextile to Mercury. The kids are happy. Let's talk about fun. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about love. Venus is happy. It's happy to do it. Wednesday night. And it gets kind of lusty here Thursday morning. The moon goes by the Mars connection. So this is a very social, very sexy, very romantic time. If Venus behaves herself. You should call her Lucifer right now. Like that, she's going to lead you astray. Yes. Moon's still in Leo all the way through Thursday, the 10th. And so you're going to feel her influence and all that sexiness. But once it moves into Friday on September 9/11, here's Jupiter. The moon's going by Jupiter in the middle of the day, and you're going to have new truths and wisdoms all day Friday. Aha! Now I see it clear. Yes. Friday's a neat day. Jupiter's in Virgo now. It'll be there for the next year. Leos have had their chance. Maybe Mr. Trump will stop trumpeting. And Virgos will get a chance. Some of the more careful ones, like I'll bet Jeb Bush is kind of Virgo-like. And, hey, I got the chart of Hillary and the chart of Trump. More on that later. Anyway, Friday's a good day. Enjoy it. There is a difficulty here Friday night. about dinner time, we're going to hit that Neptune opposition. And it's confusion and delusion and problems with liquids, flooding, chemicals. What's going on? Bad smells. You're in the Neptune full moon zone. Yeah, and so expect problems with all kinds of liquids, including alcohol and drugs. People are getting it out of hand here. Saturday, the moon's still in Virgo, a mutable earth sign. There's a trine to Pluto in the morning of Saturday. Discovery is happening here. Quite nice. And continues through the day. Aha, you feel good. You're making a plan. There's a new moon. And Virgo, 21 degrees. Settles things down. But this one on September 12th, the evening of September 12th, kind of takes you out of the trine to Uranus. And the brotherhood and the revolutionary movement and the Woodstock stuff is going to be put aside for a month while we all go take care of the books and do the accounting and all that Virgo stuff. But it's just a month. It'll be back after a month, okay? Those of you rooting for the Hawaiians on the mountains. I know I am. Sunday, the moon's still in Virgo as you start out. In the middle of the day, there's a sextile to Saturn, conventionalness, and organizedness, and not bad at all. Late Sunday night, the moon goes by the North Node, the Dragon's Head, and we all feel kind of nurtured. So that's the way it is during this time. My hero, Councilwoman Margaret Willie. Yes, she's really something. I can't say too many good things about her. And she's going to get it right in there and stop the spraying. And what really gets me is, here's a little, what did she say? The cumulative impact of toxins on our kids, what we can do to decrease and take some responsibility. She added that she's sponsoring the bill on behalf of the birds and the bees that can't come to testify. Father loves you, Margaret. By the way, why do we have to use all that stuff that we still have? Can't we sell that to somebody? Can't we send it back to Monsanto? Rather than use all what we have left. We've identified it as an evil thing. Use salt water on the edges to kill the weeds. And what you do, in between the highways, there's a dip, and you go around Hawaii, this, thing is 2 lanes wide, and they're very careful. They spray it, they cut all the weeds. There's nothing here. You know what happens? When you're driving in these 2 lanes, or these 2, you can cross over here and crash. If you have a problem, it's hard landings in Hawaii. When I was in Mexico, what happened is I saw they just let their weeds grow and the small trees and brush, and they grow up, and pretty soon, the oncoming cars, you can't see their headlights. It's blocked because you've got 8, 10, 12 feet of shrubbery. This could be holly koa. Just let it grow. And what they do is they wait. There's even a federal highway standard. If the trunk on the thing gets to be 2 inches in diameter, you kill it or you cut it. Because then the car doesn't get quite as soft a landing. But the idea is, if you have a problem, your car plows into these things, it's soft. You don't get hurt, your car doesn't get hurt. You don't have to spray it with Roundup. We need to get rid of this stuff. We need to act in a big way. Outlaw Roundup on the island. Gee, that may also outlaw GMOs that are built for Roundup, huh? Go after Roundup. Yeah, I've been searching all around because all of the information from Ben Franklin's almanacs, they take out all the astrology. Yes. That's all I could find. That's what I've been using here, these almanacs. but I found an original copy. I bought it, the 1733 copy that'll have all the astrology in it. And when I get it very shortly, we're in for a treat. Ben Franklin said in 1737 almanac that a countryman between two lawyers is like a fish between two cats. 1737, poor Dick eats like a well man and drinks like a sick. After crosses and losses, men grow humbler and wiser. Finally, love, cough, and a smoke can't well be hid. Ben did his almanac for 25 years. So I did a calculation, and it turns out if I can get to show 1320, yeah, it's another, I got to get to show 1300, excuse me, and that gives me the 25 years, the same as Ben did with his almanac. So that's 320 shows from now. That's 5 or 6 years. I hope to stay with you and continue doing this show. However, I may not always be doing personal charts. So here's a brief note to myself. Look, at least get your chart done by me once. Because when you have a personal chart done, I'm going to spend at least a half an hour just understanding the natal chart. It's really valuable. You will learn a lot of astrology. You learn about squares and trines, and you know, I don't just give you the blah blah blah. I teach you. And so learning the natal chart is part of the whole thing. Then you're going to learn how it is we do prediction. Yes, and you'll learn about transits and progressions and lunations. And you'll get a wider view of what astrology can do, besides getting, you know, details of the next 2 years. So this is, you just do it just once in your lifetime, huh? And put it away, and you can always check it out, and you'll find it. You will have a big knowledge of astrology and how it works and what it can do and what it can't do. Besides getting a handle on your personal path and learning what these progressions and transits and lunations for us is talking about. Now, I won't kid you. Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, and Ben Franklin and I all born on the same day. And Ben would, Muhammad Ali made no bones about it. He says, I'm the best. So look, your TV astrologer is the best. I am a master. And when you look through things like the Mountain Astrologer, they're all people who want to give you advice and counseling. I don't give advice. I don't do counseling. I don't use telepathy, you know, like a card reader or these other people that want to give you treatment. Those are Neptune things, okay? Go to a hospital, here's all these touchy-feely people, the doctors and the nurses. Oh yes, we're going to help you. But there's another class of people. There's the lab tech, x-ray technicians. That's what astrologers are. They're technicians. They're not supposed to do treatment. But when you look in the Mountain Astrologer, all the ads are people who do treatment. They all come from card readers, psychics, doctors, psychologists. All those people don't do treatment. I don't use. That's why I don't really want to talk to you. I don't want to get to know you. Just give me your birth time exactly to the minute. I don't do counseling. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to analyze you. I'm not going to give you advice. I'm just going to give you the schedule of your life for the next couple years and show you how it works so you have a higher knowledge of it. See, I don't do Neptune. That's why you can't come and see me. No, I don't want to sit down and look at you and get all telepathied out. I don't want to understand your angst or your neurosis or anything else. I'm a technician. I'm one of the last of the real pure technicians. If you can see what's going on in the mountain astrologer, my God, the psychologists, the treatment people, the Neptune folks have taken over. Call me up, and there's a picture of this pretty girl. I'll give you counseling. I don't do that. But you should take advantage of having an expert, a master astrologer around. Have your chart done once. Yeah, check out the website. SkyMirrorAstrology.com/TV. All the info is there. So I looked all over eBay and Amazon trying to find a copy of his 25 editions of Ben Franklin's Almanac. 26 issues. And what you get is this. Here's what the book I've got, for the most part, meteorological, which is kind of important, and astronomical material has been omitted, as well as a few factual articles to which poor Richard contributed neither his wit nor his wisdom. Okay, so they took out the astrology. That's what they did. And they published all of his little witticisms. So I got a copy of the 1933. I found one finally, the whole thing, which I will show you soon. And we'll see what it was really like to do a little astrology. Ben Franklin's time. He did a lot. I was kind of amazed when I saw the full stuff. The things he provided. Wow. Here's an interesting factoid. This is 1733 again. He's teaching real basic stuff. I think it's funny because he says, shame on us, all we use astrology for is gilding pigs. And then he gives you the data on how to figure out what part of the body on your animals. Anyway, what you might not know is that after 1730, most homes had two books on their mantle. One was the Bible. The other is Poor Richard. Yes, that's the two books that everybody had. So Ben Franklin openly competed with the Bible, and those were everybody had a copy of both books. Neptune and Uranus, huh? Ha 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 ha. Here's a short story on the equality of the sexes. Are the sun and moon equal? Are they? Ladies have power, men have imagination, according to the Est people. I'm a real advocate of women's rights and special protective rights. Here's the story. Back in the time of Frank Fosse in Honolulu, I was with OSHA, and I saw all these kids in intersections pandering newspapers. Here's your paper. You stop at a red light, there'd be some kid hardly get his nose over into your window giving you a paper, breathing all the exhaust, selling newspapers. Little kids, boys and girls. I tried to stop it. I did a lot of stuff. I found out that all the guys in my profession worked for corporations and the government wouldn't sign a petition. They were afraid. I went to everybody. Frank Fosse said, yeah, get him, Frost. He said, I did that. It's terrible. Anyway, I couldn't get it done, so I invaded Hawaii Newspaper Agency, and I got to be a friend of the boss. And one day I was in there hounding him, trying to get those kids. Can't take those kids off. He said they make more money than you can believe. Immigrant families, they're dependent on the kid. And we're walking out through a big room full of secretaries, and I said to him, hey, do you know, all those little girls have all the eggs in their body they will ever have. They store them all their life, the same eggs. Little boys, they regenerate every couple of weeks, but little girls, you pollute a little girl, you pollute all the eggs in her body, all her children forever. And the HNA boss, we stopped. It was dead silence in the room. Every secretary had heard that. And within a couple weeks, all the girls disappeared. There were no more girls hawking newspapers at intersections. Are men and women equal? In a lot of respects they should be, but they're not. You need to protect women more, folks. Here's 1734. Many dishes, many diseases, many medicines, few cures. Yep. All right, here's Donald Trump. Excuse me. An interesting thing, in his chart, of course he's Leo rising, 17 degrees. Mars in the first house, quite aggressive. But look at this. Here's the sun at 22 Gemini, conjunct the North Node. Wow, this is a lucky man. But it opposes the moon, which conjuncts the South Node. The ladies need help in Donald's life. Now, one of the main things here is he's got a lot of power, the sun in Gemini, the moon in Sagittarius. Well, we had a full moon at 21 Leo, and followed that, there it was, on the 14th of August. He's got till the middle of September, and that's his month. That's Trump's month because of that new moon. The new moon I talked about is going to turn off Trump. Okay, here's Hillary's chart. Wow, what a thing. She's Scorpio rising at 21 degrees. Yes, which squares Trump's rising sign in Leo. Scorpio versus Leo, fixed fire versus fixed water. Yeah, she's got the South Node rising too. This is a powerful lady. And up here at the top is Saturn at 21 Leo. That's who Trump is for her, squaring her rising sign. Wow, he's an obstacle for Hillary. These guys both got a lot of staying power, though. A lot. Here's a work in progress. I started listing the lunations. You've had two, July 1st and July 15. Both had Neptune on the bottom of the chart. That's why it's been so wet on the Big Island right through the middle of August, I'm sure. What's this? Silliness I got caught up in. Why is there no ham in hamburger? Hey, what happens to all the rubber you wear off your tires? Where's that rubber go?